All right, welcome to First Up here on India Today. Now, after India Today exposed glaring discrepancies in the investigation into the Namrata Damor death case, the Ujjain police has ordered a review of the case files. Cops had tried to show Namrata Damor's death as a case of suicide, but India Today dug out a post-mortem report that showed Namrata had died of strangulation, a report which busted the suicide theory. Now, Aaj Tak correspondent Akshay Singh had been investigating this very story, Namrata's mysterious death when he passed away suddenly, but the probe was carried forward right here on India Today.
Namrata Damor, Vyapam scam suspect, found dead on the railway tracks in Ujjain in 2012. Death termed as suicide. Namrata Damor is one of the most mysterious deaths related to the Vyapam scam. And her first post-mortem report could be one of the biggest revelations in the scam. Namrata's first post-mortem report says that she was smothered to death and the cause of her death was violent asphyxia. The report, which has been accessed by India Today, turns the suicide story completely on its head.
3-4 महीने बाद अगर कुछ दूसरे डॉक्टर से ये प्रमाणित कराए कि ये यहाँ है ना इसके ना आत्महत्या की या है ना खुद, तो संभव है क्या भाई? इस बात पर उस समय वो डॉक्टर को इस बात पर अगर देख कर कहता है तो भाई एक अलग बात थी। बाद में किसी प्रकरण को दबाने के लिए किसी को कुछ लिखवा ले।
Namrata, a student of MGM Medical College Indore, was found dead near the railway tracks at the Kayata village in Ujjain on January 7, 2012. A week after, she was reported missing from the college hostel. Namrata is on the list of suspects who cleared the PMT 2010, allegedly using unfair means. Her cell phone records reveal that she received several calls from Vishal, another suspect in the scam, just minutes before her death. Whistleblowers in the scam suspect a larger conspiracy to which Namrata could well have fallen prey to. There is also a strong suspicion that young girls who were a part of the scam were used perhaps as honey traps and that Namrata could have been the one who knew too much.
सारी मौतें संदेहास्पद हैं, चाहे डॉक्टर साकल्ली की डेथ हो या डॉक्टर शर्मा की डेथ हो और आज भी एक सुबह डेथ हुई है। अब मौतों का सिलसिला रुक नहीं रहा और मुझे लग रहा है पता नहीं कहाँ जाके थमेगा। जल्द से जल्द भारत सरकार को, गृह मंत्रालय को इस पर संज्ञान लेना होगा।
Namrata's family alleges that political pressure in early stages led to flawed investigations and that it was Hoshangabad MLA who directed the police to go easy on the suspects. It was this mysterious death that India Today correspondent Akshay Singh had set out to solve. It would end up being Akshay's last assignment.
So far, the family alleges that the investigations have been shoddy and a detailed probe into Namrata's death will not only nab her killers but will also nab the real culprits behind the serial deaths in the Vyapam scam. With camera person Kiran Sapkal, Kamlesh Sutar in Jhabua for India Today.
Let's now go across live to Kamlesh Sutar, who actually joins us from Madhya Pradesh. Morning, Kamlesh. You had the burden on your shoulders to complete the investigation that Akshay Singh was carrying out. You got us that report. You compiled all that report that Akshay Singh was actually trying to file. You got us this information, and there seems to be some action also. The Madhya Pradesh police now has nowhere to look because they have been caught, quite literally caught lying.
Well, indeed, the way the investigations basically Akshay started was our prime area of focus, at why Akshay came to Damor and what was that he wanted to investigate in Damor. Damor is a small place with a small population, mostly tribal population, and what link that perhaps he could have been finding, that was our prime area of focus. And when we stumbled upon certain facts about Namrata Damor's death, everything about that death is suspicious, though the death had occurred 10 years and it was almost put under the mat for last 2-3 years, and the cops had termed it and successfully gotten say that it was a case of suicide. But when we came across that post-mortem report which clearly said that she died because of smothering and asphyxia, that was perhaps the crucial key, that if there was a death of a girl from a small area and if that was being pushed under the mattress, there could have been some reason about the hush-hush way, in the manner, the way the case was being handled. So that perhaps could have been key. First, Namrata Damor's body, it is very important to note that when her body was first recovered, it was recovered as an unclaimed body and was cremated as an unclaimed body. It was later when the family found out at the Ujjain railway police station, and then they got to know from a photo that about a body that was cremated some 20 days back, a body had to be exhumed again and another post-mortem was contained. But when the link of Vyapam scam came in, when the call records showed that she had talks with certain names who were linked with the scam, it was termed the earlier report which was done, the earlier post-mortem which was done by the Ujjain cops, was overturned completely. It was a team of experts, some forensics experts, MD, gynecologist, all of them conducting that report, but it was overturned as if it was done by some amateur doctors and was shown as a case of suicide. Now also, the post-mortem report, the earlier, it doesn't show any signs of fractures. If the theory that was given by the cops that she threw herself in front of a running train, but no signs of fractures were seen on Namrata's body. In fact, the signs on the body were that of some scratches, as if the body was pulled from certain areas. So these were crucial areas. But what was crucial here, Sanket, was that why is that the cops and the SIT were not paying attention to the fact that this could be a case of suicide. Perhaps she could have been the most important link, the most crucial clues, and perhaps she knew too much, and that is why she could have been silenced. The voice of Namrata could have been silenced. There are several theories. We've been speaking to whistleblowers, people who have been investigating the case, that there is also a possibility that certain girls who were part or who got admission, sought admissions, were blackmailed, also were used as honey, perhaps were used as honey traps, and perhaps Namrata somewhere was aware of the
very
entire
detailed findings.
Linkages, the entire
very detailed findings,
so
Kamlesh.
That could have been the
very detailed findings that you are in fact getting us, that report that Akshay was working on, which you followed up. Very detailed and comprehensive findings, and quite literally, you know, Kamlesh, it now appears that the Madhya Pradesh police was caught red-handed lying. They were lying in this particular case, which has in fact been nailed. Now, in this particular case, they have been literally forced, Kamlesh, to carry out an investigation or a re-investigation. But now that we hear the state government is under pressure to hand this case over to the CBI, so they will have to look at all these cases afresh. But the reason why Akshay approached this story and you also followed up was because something somewhere was not adding up, Kamlesh. Isn't that true?
Well, indeed, Sanket, Akshay came to Damor to investigate about the same story. And the day after Akshay's death, when we reached here, we spoke to the SP here about Akshay's death and what are the investigations about. We had posed him the first question on my very first day in Damor. I had asked the question to the SP, asking whether they will be reprobing the matter, and he said that these two cases have no connections at all. But somewhere at the back of our mind, we knew that these two cases certainly have something common in link. Namrata Damor perhaps was the key to the entire case. 3 years, it's been 3 years since Namrata Damor died in mysterious conditions, and this could have been the key, what Akshay perhaps could have built further, because this is not just one suicide. Remember, Sanket, there have been several suicides that have been,
and we are going to talk about them.
Have been registered in these cases.
Absolutely,
yeah,
Kamlesh,
so
we are going to, Kamlesh, do stay on with us. The very important point that you mentioned, this particular suicide theory of Namrata Damor that the Madhya Pradesh police tried to float, which we tried to investigate, in which Akshay Singh through the process is now no more, and you have completed the investigation and given us what he actually was trying to investigate. This is not the only one. We here at India Today are very clear in the fact that not all the claims of suicide are perhaps not adding up, but some of them certainly are not adding up in terms of investigation.